get a chance, hit that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can. I need more subscribers. So, subscribe. Going to start off this show with a story about the time I tried to buy a motorcycle on Facebook Marketplace. Didn't really work out. And if you're thinking, I didn't know Nick, rode bikes, I don't. And this story will confirm that theory. I have a lot of theories. Not all of them are good. 60-40. I usually do well. So I was at a stoplight. It was a summer, a few years ago. Guy next to me on a bike, like a road bike. It was hot out. I'm like, that would be sweet to run errands in, go to the gym, do whatever for the summer, fall, then maybe sell it. I don't really know how these things work, but that was my theory. So I was telling all my buddies that I was going to do this, and they were all calling me names that aren't really appropriate. And so set up a meeting with this guy, and I was ready. It was like next day, I'll come over at noon. He's like, great. So I dressed in all leather. That's not true. So I tried to set up a meeting at a biker bar, and he goes, no, just go to my house. I was like, okay, fine. Okay, sorry, I was trying to get excited. So I go to his house. I get there. The guy's telling me all about it, all the CCs. Don't know any of it. Then he goes, you ever rode a bike? You ever owned a bike? And I lied. And I said, I used to ride dirt bikes when I was little. Never owned a dirt bike. Never been on a dirt bike. Never started a dirt bike. He goes, okay, it's it's kind of similar, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking it's like a four-wheeler where it's automatic. Like you get it out of gear with your foot, and then you just go as fast as you want. That's kind of how I'm thinking. I had a moped for a little while. That's how you rode the moped. And so he starts it, and I get on it. And I'm like, oh, no. Nick, what did you do? So I'm like, all right. So I get off of it. I get him. I was like, show me again. I don't want to mess it up. Show me how you get into first gear and how you go. He's like, all right, well, you let off the throttle and the clutch and you do it the exact same time. I was like, cool. So I get on it. It's running. And then I got it pointed out towards the street. I'm just going to go around the neighborhood. And I pull the throttle back, do the clutch, and it dies. I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, you got to do it at the same time. I was like, oh, same time. Got it. Heard him the first time. Just don't know how to do it. Starts it up for me again. I'm like, all right, cool. Same time, right? And he's like, yeah. So I like exact time. And then I was like, oh, no. The guy kind of looks at me. He's like, no, the same time. You have to release them and then give it the throttle as like you're letting off the clutch. And I was like, okay, cool. And so third time, I'm getting ready to do it. And I give it a little more throttle and I let off the clutch. And then the bike kind of jumps up a little bit and then jumps up. I catch it and it dies. He goes, get off the bike, dude. Get off the bike. I was like, okay, relax. I don't know what I'm doing here. He goes, yeah, he had a word for it. He's like, you're going to dump it. I was like, I'm not going to dump it. He goes, I'm not going to let you ride it, but if you want to watch me ride it on the block, you can. And I was so, oh man, I couldn't have looked like a bigger idiot. And I was like, no, that's good. Bike looks good. So I didn't drive it. I drove it about 3 inches. That jump got me about 3 inches from where I started. So I told the guy, I'll let you know. Let me think about it and run some numbers and let you know. And I left thinking, no idea how to drive a bike. I almost bought a $7,000 motorcycle. But I'm just glad I'm alive to tell the story today that, biking's not for everybody. So I hope you enjoy the show. All right. I usually introduce our guests before the show, but for this idiot, I wanted to do it on the show. Our next guest is from the great state of Louisiana, one of my favorite people on the planet, one of the dumbest people on the planet. Okay? Half the stories about this guy I can't even get into. I coached him my very first year in coaching high school baseball. He played Division I football. We were outside of Baton Rouge at the time. We had a kid way too young. He now dominates the construction landscape, and somehow he does coach other kids when he can't even take care of himself. Cole, how we doing?
Nick, we couldn't be better, brother. It's so good to catch up with you, dude. It's so good.
I'm going to give some people some background of what just happened for the last 45 minutes, if you're okay with that.
Well, first, has it been 45 minutes? I mean, it feels like 15 minutes, 10 minutes at the most, dude.
47 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So I texted Cole if he was ready and this idiot decided to fire up his laptop for the first time in 18 months. We tried the app, we tried Google, we tried everything, and after 40 minutes, he finally got on and he couldn't get his microphone to work. But now he's on his phone, and I think we're officially official.
No, we're in action. The 2013 MacBook couldn't quite do it for the the podcast, but the phone's gonna cut it. We got it.
Okay, hair's looking good right now.
Dude, you actually missed it about 2 weeks ago. I had a full on 3 month beard. I mean, it was probably a good, you know, out to here, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And the hair was the same. It was almost becoming like a flow. But yeah, I had to switch it up. Springtime's coming around down here. We're on the boats now. So,
You can't have a beard on a boat.
well, no, you like to feel the wind, on your face, Nick.
Well, I thought maybe you'd like to feel it on your beard. All right. So Cole went to a small high school, not small, average size high school outside of Baton Rouge. And I first met him. I was a substitute teacher and pitching coach for the high school baseball team there. It was the first job I had after I got done playing ball. And I wound up in this guy's world as a substitute teacher. And just so people can understand Louisiana and the just the different world that it is.
It's a different world. It's a,
And
it's a different world.
how many people would you say your high school? Let's just call it. They had 1,200 people. Whatever.
No, that's probably accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many girls your senior year, which was what 2013? What was your senior year? 2011.
2012. 2012.
2012.
Mm-hmm.
How many girls would you say had a baby and were pregnant in that school year alone at your high school?
I would say a minimum of 12 to 13, but it could be as high as into 20. Yeah.
My first day substitute teaching, the person who's in charge of hiring me or letting me, they're like, all right, yeah, in between classes, go out in the hallway and outside your classroom and kind of monitor everything. And it's like, all right, cool. First day, I saw like 7 chicks pregnant. And my entire high school, 4 years, I saw one person pregnant and she was like outcasted. So every period I was like, chick's like 11 years old, she's pregnant. Two classes later, 2 chicks are like talking to each other, both pregnant. I just couldn't get over it. I was like, that is mind blowing.
Dude, so a funny story about that became the reason why they stopped letting seniors out early.
Oh, because they were all thumping?
Yeah. Pregnancy rates went, like, it became such a problem that they eliminated that in that whole parish.
That is crazy.
It's
That
not.
really is.
That's Louisiana. It's just.
And then the Louisiana
Yeah.
school system's so bad. First off, you
Wait,
got good grades. That's the strike one. Strike two is I must have substitute taught that year, I don't know, ballpark, 40 times.
hmm
Nobody ever gave me a lesson plan. Not one time. It wasn't like, hey, Nick, can you do this, this, and this in my class? I literally would just say, hey, guys, use this as a free period. If you play on your phones, no volume. If you need something, let me know. But can we be in groups? Can we be in groups? I was like, yeah, you guys can be in groups, but just keep it down, okay?
What an accent, dude.
I gotta draw or something. I mean,
Dude,
there
your
was
southern impressions are they're so spot on with the intention and accuracy. Like, it's dead on, dude. It's dead on.
yeah.
Well, let's get them going on the convenience stores, Nick. Should we tell them about, oh my God, dude,
Hey,
the
I gotta.
convenience stores, you could go in there and you could see probably 12 to 14 situations just like in a given day that you will never see again in your life.
I
Like,
got a
truly,
Louisiana section for this podcast, and we're gonna dive into that. Okay.
at first.
Yeah. So don't you worry. There's gonna be talks about a Dollar General across the street from a Dollar General, kitty corner to a Dollar Tree. So
But yeah, with the Family Dollar not far back.
Family Dollar. I forgot about that one. I'm glad you still see that.
That's right. That's right.
Another thing too, anytime, which it's not often in Louisiana, it's cold. All you guys have to wear uniforms throughout the entire state, which is weird.
hmm
But anytime it was cold, there would be 95% of everybody was wearing a jacket, and they were all camouflage. because the only time they ever have to wear a jacket in Louisiana is if they're going hunting early in the morning. So it would be one day it's cold and all the classrooms are outside and every guy, girl, janitor,
Dude,
all in camo jackets.
you know, the other funniest thing is about the cold days in Louisiana. The 2 or 3 days a year it's under 32 degrees. We shut the whole city down.
Oh yeah.
And I remember actually one time we got school shut down, and it was actually when I was in college. And I came back to town, and I think we played bids for like 13 hours straight that night.
Yeah, we used to rip.
I mean, dude, they will let you get off of school under 32 degrees. They're just shut it down.
Oh, they shut the whole state down. They were
Yeah.
like, there was a cold day in January. Like, all right, guys, you don't have to pay your taxes until April 30th this year. We'll give you 2 more weeks to get that covered.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, that's Louisiana logic.
Yeah, that's where you get it. So, thank you for taking 75 minutes to get your computer fired up, and we wound up doing it on your phone. But before we go into your construction, I want to talk a little more about high school. So when I met you, you were the starting quarterback, and you were the worst person I've ever seen throw a baseball, who was also the starting quarterback.
Well,
I went to your first day of throwing, Cole. You threw, and I mean fired, 5 baseballs into the ground at your feet when your partner was 50 feet away.
that is the true story. Okay, but let me say this about that. Okay, so going into that season, okay, prior to that, my in 10th grade, I had got elbow surgery. Okay, and then mostly after that surgery, focused on football, and then after my senior season of football and had already wrapped up that, I was like basically going to play baseball for fun. And I just had to get back in the swing of things. And they could just jumping back in that, just had to oil it up, had to grease it up, had to get the flow back. It wasn't, you know, I knew what I was doing out there. Don't get me wrong.
How far do you think your first throw went when your partner was 60 feet away?
5. I think it went 5. No, I think it went 5 feet, honestly.
I feel like most high school athletes could go into a coma or live on a deserted island for 3 years, and their first throw back, they're probably going to get close to their partner.
Yeah, okay, but did I or did I not get it back going? Did I start every game that season?
You were the first person I've ever seen bat 400 and put one ball out of the infield. So
Hmm.
it was very, very fortunate you were fast.
I bet at 4 hole. What can
You
you say to
batted
that?
4 hole, and then everyone would back up because they saw this 6'2", 6'3" guy coming up, well built, and then you would just hit a ball 11 feet into the ground and beat it out because no one thought you were that fast. And then you'd get a single, and the shortstop would be like, "How did he beat that out?" And then you would do it again your second at bat for a hit, and then they finally knew it, and they'd come up and they'd play you appropriately.
Yeah, but you know what those averages come out to. They all look good. Those numbers look good.
Yeah. I always thought I hated Cole, and then this story made me really like Cole. We were about halfway through the season, and the coach was talking about all of these things, as a matter of fact. And Cole's in his locker, and his head's down. He's not even paying attention. And every time the coach says something, Cole just says, "fuck yeah," under his breath. And it's the first 3, I'm like, what is this guy's deal? And he must have said "F yeah" 11 times. The guy's like, "All right, guys, tomorrow we're gonna get on the bus at 3 o'clock." He's like, "Fuck yeah!" And he's like, "And then we're gonna, get over there. BP's at 4. Fuck yeah!" And he's like, "And then stretching's at 4:15. Fuck yeah!" Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're gonna wear our blue uniforms and blue hats. Fuck yeah! And then I just started like laughing, and he's not even paying attention. Cole's looking down. And it was 11 FBS later that I'm like, this kid's good. This is the
Dude,
guy I want to hang out with when he's older.
dude, let me tell a couple of baseball stories that year. I remember two
Anything
things.
but the bus story. Just you can't tell the bus story. It's a family show.
I wasn't even gonna go there. That's a tough story. So look, the story I will tell was I think we were preparing for like a district game or it was like some type of like, pretty intense game. And we were inside in the locker room on the old PS2 playing MVP '06.
Hmm.
And you looked at me. You're like, Cole, did you take batting practice? And I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't take batting practice. Then you said, well, get your ass up and go take batting practice, right?
Real quick, what just happened at your house? It sounded like someone just drove a car through your house.
Carson just showed up. He just rode his bike back from his friends.
Okay.
Um. So anyway, I get back out there. I go take the worst batting practice, worst batting practice of my life. And then, we were playing Scotlandville at home. That's what it was. Okay, not a big time game at all. So
For the
then
record, Scotlandville has 9 players that fields every position. They haven't won a game in quite some time, I don't believe. More of a basketball school, as you said.
I think I went like 2 for 3 or something like that with a triple and a double. Like had a pretty good game, but really just hit like a couple errors. They had a couple errors, I believe.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And then I said, yeah, Nick, that I need to play MVP more often. You said no. We just need to play Scotlandville a little bit less.
We need to sign them up for about 9 games every year.
Dude, do you remember Broadmoor's third baseman? How tall was he?
I do.
How tall was he, Nick?
Oh,
Dude, was he 5 foot?
no.
No.
He was tiny. I was thinking high 4s.
God, what dude, we saw some things that year, dude.
The next year I coached, after that I saw some things. I saw a third baseman wearing a knee brace outside of his pants.
Like a lineman knee brace?
No, like the Velcro ones. So I'm in my head, I'm like, dude, you can put that on under your pants. Like, that's what it's invented for. But he had the Velcro one over his pants. And
What a move.
to make it better, is he was wearing Kevin Durant basketball sneakers at third base. So
Dude.
this whole team was fantastic. The catcher was a left-handed catcher, not using a catcher's mitt. Both wild. Their 3-hole hitter came up, and he had a wood bat. And I'm like,
That's a move. That's a power move. That's a
I
move.
look over at my buddy DJ, who's coaching me. I go, this guy's got to just fucking mash.
This guy's got a rake, dude.
He never swung, struck out looking, never took the bat off his shoulder. In his second at bat, he came up, struck out again, but he had a metal bat and he swung it. Just some wild stuff. One kid, different game, same team. The pitcher and the shortstop in the middle of an at bat just changed positions. No coach came out, no pitching change. He literally said whatever the guy's name was, and they just switched positions. We're up like 47-0. Umpire looks at me. I go,
You good?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh
He
wow.
needed a break. So that was some fun stuff. Again, Louisiana, different world. Okay, I want to dive into, because you're big into construction. I want you to bring us into that. I know you're always doing stuff in the French Quarter. So what exactly is your construction business? What's your bread and butter? What are you guys doing?
Right. So
And also, what's your role?
yeah. So my role is basically I have my own company, which I'm the owner of, obviously, and I also work for a big contractor in New Orleans. And most of the projects that we work on are all restorations and remodels, but they're all on historic buildings. So, like for instance, last year I finished 2 buildings on Bourbon Street. One was from 1797, was the earliest like record of that property.
That's
And
crazy.
I know it's crazy. And then the other one, and this would be like
I was gonna say, do you guys find like any artifacts that are like?
Oh yeah. So not only do we find artifacts from when we're digging for new plumbing and like new utilities and stuff like that, but just we also find stuff that's left behind from the old businesses. Like for instance, I'm working on a building right now, and we took it over after COVID. It went bad after COVID, and it was a
No.
pizza and gyro shop fronted as a brothel in the back. Okay, this is a true story. Okay, true story.
A lot of people pronounce it
So
gyro, but it's fine.
when we go, yeah, Giro, is that how you say it? Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
gyro, gyro,
Yeah.
gyro was the first I've
Okay.
heard. That's nice.
Yeah. So we go the first day we get the building, we start, gutting it, cleaning it out, taking out old cash registers, and then we get to the back of the building. It's all couches and beds and TVs and stuff set up back there, and we find like a dime bag of coke. We found a wad of dollar bills, $5 bills, $20 bills, like probably a total of, I think at the time it was $1,300,
Whoa.
and just like cocaine left over back there.
You get to keep it, or do you have to like call the cops?
No,
Not
we
the
just
cocaine, the
we
cash.
no no no. We just threw the cocaine out, and then I split the cash up
Louisiana.
between the guys. I just all the guys that were working, I just like gave them out. Actually what I did was I texted the owner and told him we found it. He's like yeah, get him some lunch or something. So I just gave everybody like $100. Um,
Kept 800.
but yeah, yeah, you know,
Yeah, Louisiana.
it's part of it. It's part of that whole Louisiana political system, right?
Correct.
We uh we also find like a lot of the guys when we're digging, they'll find old pill bottles and prescription bottles from dude, like the 1930s, early 1900s, and those things will sell on eBay for like $200, $300 a pop.
Really?
So, I have a guy that's on my, go ahead, go ahead.
What's up, buddy?
I have a guy that's on my crew that he collects these, and he usually gets like one or two per job. And the highest one I've seen him sell for was $500. It was a pill bottle we found in the attic of a Bourbon Street project that we did. But I mean, dude, these guys, you'll be surprised to like know what it actually costs to do one of these projects because you know between the permits and the city, like you have to get so crazy with what you do to get things going and get things moving that I mean, dude, these people end up paying, triple the amount.
What's the average project time, start to finish?
The average project time, I would say, is 10 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 months. And that would be like a full demo, redo, and then, turn it back over to them.
Do you make more money on something like this because it's takes so long? There's so much crap you got to do, and there's so many hiccups that you actually not you or not the owner, but you make more money, or do you make more money if you're doing like a new build out in the middle of nowhere?
Well, that's a good point, Nick, because like a lot of these, like you're saying with these historic builds, like you get into things that you don't even know, right? Which we call them change orders.
Okay.
So like we go open up this wall and then we find all this damaged brick and you got to repair all of it. Tuck point is the proper term for it. And then, that right there is going to be a $50,000 item, and you make 20% on that.
Okay.
That's nice, so
Yeah.
I think, yeah, in a way, it does generate more work and more revenue. It
Okay.
does, yeah, and you can make more money on it if you have good management. But if you have bad management in the French Quarter, the logistics are so, sketchy and so hard to work with that like you could lose your ass if you're not on top of stuff.
Is your stuff getting broken into all the time because it's down there, or not bad?
Dude, not really because to be honest with you, the city keeps the French Quarter pretty tight. They don't really want nobody messing around down there. They let you smoke and they'll let you do any drugs you want, but they really don't let guns and nothing crazy happen down there. Um,
Because it's a breadwinner for tourism.
it's just, yeah. I mean, dude, if we lose that, we lose the whole state. You know what I mean? That's not like, dude, Mardi Gras brought in 1 million people. Just that one thing. And then, yeah. But so really, the thing that you got to worry about is drunks. Like it's like people throwing up in front of your door, dude. I'm not even kidding you, Nick. I might have told you the story, but I've actually had a girl who was, she was methed out and on some really, really bad drugs. She was hallucinating, and she had a full-on mattress laid out in front of my job, and she was herself with a jalapeno pepper.
I don't know
And
if
I,
that's.
I actually have video evidence if you want me to prove it to
Let me
you.
tell you what I don't want
Okay,
is
yeah,
yes, no. How many homeless people? What a image you just put in my head.
dude, I'm
I
not
used to
making
like
that up.
jalapenos, Cole.
Yeah, yeah.
How,
It was, dude. Craziest part about it, it was the tip of the jalapeno was bitten off, dog.
I, this we're gonna change subjects here.
Okay.
Uh, how many homeless people, if you had to guess, do you see a day?
A dozen.
Easily.
Easily a dozen. It's probably closer to 20 if I'm driving around a lot. But
Okay.
just around my job site and around my blocks, a dozen.
Yeah, with being so many tourists, that's I mean it's crazy. People are just going in and out nonstop. Everyone's homeless trying to get money. Are you is Cole it's so his name is Cole LeBlanc, but if you're in Louisiana, you act French, so you say Cole LeBlanc. So is
Hmm.
Mr. LeBlanc, is he single? Is he dating anybody?
Nick, yeah.
Uh,
Nick. Well, I'll say this, Nick.
It's the worst answer ever. Yeah.
I'm always, gonna be me. Let's just say that first.
For sure.
And sometimes with that, you don't always know exactly what things are. It could be a little bit of a mystery. Um,
Yeah.
there has been somebody that's been coming around more frequently. I'll say that.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into specific,
Nope. Not
labels or anything, specific, but things have been happening more frequently with a consistent person,
okay.
and I can say that. And what I'll say about this person is, dude, she is a great cook.
That's not
She's a
what I thought you were
great
going.
cook. No,
Nice.
yeah, I know.
Are
Um,
you being in New Orleans? I figured you were you know enjoying the tourists a little bit with that haircut and that face because you're one of my better looking friends, which I don't like to admit,
mhm.
and that'll
No,
lead us
it
into our
stings
next
a little
topic.
bit. I know that still stings a little bit for you, but
Yeah,
yeah, Nick, I've been going down that road for 5 years. 5 years. I am 30 now. Can you believe that?
that is wild. And how old were you when you had that thing crawling on you?
21.
How did that go when you got the phone call that she said, "Hey, I'm pregnant"?
You really want to hear this story? Okay, so
Yeah,
this is a
I
big
don't want to
story.
go too in depth, but I want to know
No, no, let's just
what
tell
goes
it
in the
how it
mind of
is.
a
So
college student when his girlfriend says she's pregnant.
it was the spring football during the time I was actually at weights, and I came back to my locker to a text from Morgan saying, like, hey, we need to talk when you get back. And she was telling me when I got back that she was several weeks late on her, her period. And I'm like, oh, well, we
This
got to
you
know
know
right
what
now.
tells me what it
I'm like,
is.
I'm like, we got to know right now. Like, are you pregnant? Are you not? And I'm like, go get two tests. Let's find out
Yeah,
tonight.
get 9 tests. Just keep getting tests to
Right.
make sure.
So I send her into the bathroom. I'm in the bedroom. She goes, does what she's got to do, and she comes out and she's already crying. So she comes out and she's bawling, crying, and me in that moment, I'm just like, oh, well, she's already crying. I can't cry. So I'm just like, oh no, everything's going to be okay. We're going to, figure it out, work it out. And then from that point on, I did not eat or sleep for 2 weeks, Nick. Did not eat or sleep for
Oh,
2 weeks. And dude, I did not I was going to practice, like spring football practice. And I remember specifically sitting in meetings and sitting on the sidelines and just I was there, but I was not there.
correct.
I was totally gone. So much to the point where my coach called me he's like, what's going on with you? And I'm like, Morgan's pregnant. Just told him straight up. And luckily for them, once he found out, all the trainers jumped on board. They helped us out. They're like, hey, let's get this appointment set up. Let's get all this going. And then over the course of those 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then I finally told my dad because I figured that was really what was weighing on me. I was like, yeah, my parents don't know,
He was just gonna
and
pummel you, wasn't he?
oh, dude, I knew my mom, would be like, she would probably be a little disappointed, but she would, eventually get around to it. I thought my dad was literally Nick. I mean, I thought I was like could die. I was like, this is this. I might have to just like move to another state. Like I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
Um, and it was the complete opposite reaction from what I thought at the time. Like I thought he was literally gonna jump out of his chair and just grab me by my neck, and he literally looked right at me. And he was just like, he's like, it's gonna be okay. I'm like just like that in the most calm way. And then once that happened, I was kind of able to like be a little bit more normal, like eat again, sleep again.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, dude, that is a that's a way to find out. That's one way to
Yeah,
find
yeah. It
out.
sounds like it's going good with the kid behind you.
Yeah, he's still here. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
my man. What's up, Carson?
still here.
Um, yeah, and then how long ago was it when you tried out for Bachelor and got down to the top 50 of like 10,000 contestants?
That was 2018, actually. It was
Man, could you
2018 because
imagine
I
if you got
remember.
on The
Well,
Bachelor?
I can because guess actually what just happened is dude, go. CBS reached out to me on Instagram DM and set up a call with me last week. They want me to go on Big Brother.
I don't know what Big Brother is. I've
It's
heard it a
it's
million times, but I don't know what the premise
they
is.
put like 15, 16 people in a house and like you have to evict and if you're the last person in there. But like that whole show,
Yes.
dude, 3/4 of a million on the line.
To the winner?
Yeah.
Do you get anything for just getting on the show? Like,
Yeah,
because
you get a
you have to
weekly
miss work?
stipend. Yeah, you get a weekly stipend.
Are you
Yeah.
going to do it?
I mean, from what I told him on the phone call, yeah, I told him to,
Oh, man. Because
that's gotta what?
you were top 50 for The Bachelor. You were like in the final interviews. You were going out there. You were doing all that stuff. And
Dude,
what a life to be really good looking and dumb.
I think I was too smart for them though. I actually,
There
I,
is
I think
no
what it was.
chance.
No, Nick, no, I'm telling you, they wanted somebody to like play a certain role, and I was like, it's not
Was that
me.
role a smart person?
No, that
That's why
role
you
was.
didn't make it?
No, that wasn't. It wasn't that role. They wanted like like just the dumb hot guy.
That's
I'm more.
what they
I'm
could
more
have
than
gotten.
that, brother. I'm more than that.
You're
Come on.
not. Did you tell them about the time you used to scrap for a copper?
No, I left that out,
Yeah, you're like, oh, you used to go in buildings and take copper and then sell
dude.
them.
Copper's sitting around 303 a pound right now.
Oh, what was it back when you used to scrap old buildings that legally?
275.
Nice.
275.
Oh yeah, it's
Dude,
gone way up.
I mean, look, let's call it what it is. We, would come back on summer and winter breaks, and we would just, scrap as much copper as possible.
Just kids being kids, you know.
Yeah, just
What
isn't that
any
what
other
everybody was
dad of
doing?
20-year-old dad would do.
Yeah, yeah. I thought everybody was doing that.
All right, a couple more things here. Let's get into a deep dive. Everything Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
This is why I love you. I mean, we're already at 30 minutes, and I haven't even scratched the surface of the
I mean,
crap.
dude, we could go on for 3 hours.
Oh
Man.
my gosh, I can go on for 3 hours about how much I hate you.
I
Okay,
know.
deep dive into everything Louisiana. All right,
Hmm.
favorite Louisiana food.
My favorite Louisiana food. Off the top of my head, I want to say crawfish etouffee.
Okay. For those
Crawfish
people who know,
etouffee.
it's like it's a crawfish with like a porridge, and you pour it over like rice and stuff. It's legit.
Yeah, with green onions on top. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is mudding still cool down there? And how is that ever even cool? And for people that don't know, because no one outside that state knows what mudding is you get in your car and you go into a field when it's muddy and you just tear up the field and ruin your car.
It's still a big thing in the high school, But me personally, I've moved on from that. I'm out of my mudding days.
Oh,
But
you've grown?
I probably can say at least five of my buddies' cars we ragged out and ruined mudding. Going for about like, we would just literally Nick. I remember anytime it would be like a damp rain or would do like a little afternoon shower, like they always have down here. My buddies would text me. They'd be like, "Hey, you want to go drifting and get back into Mr. West's field and rip that up?" I'm like, "Oh, that's what I want to do. Yeah, let's do that."
Why would you ever want to do that?
I don't know. I was just like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good. Sounds like what a great night. Yeah, great night."
Oh. And then the last time I was in Louisiana, I think you had just upgraded your muffler. Why do people want stupid loud mufflers down there? It doesn't make any sense. They're annoying.
They're terrible. No, since I've matured, I'm so far off on the loud mufflers. I hate them. They are just dumb.
It was
Like
the louder the better back when I was there. It's like, are
no,
you
it was
kidding?
honestly it was just a pissing competition. That's all it was. It was like who can have the loudest, who can have the sickest exhaust, who can have the biggest jacked up truck, like who can have the biggest tires. Like um, yeah, I never could afford to get into those races. You know.
Well, the last time I saw you, you had bought a muffler for your car, or your truck. So it sounds like you were in those
That
races.
was, that was for emission purposes, though,
Oh
Nick.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You care about
come
the
on, man. Yeah.
yeah greenhouse effect. Um, so Louisiana is pretty much 49th in everything, like education,
Mm-hmm.
health,
Mm-hmm.
things to do,
Mm-hmm. Road
knowledge,
conditions. Yeah, road conditions for
education.
sure.
But Mississippi's 50th. So
Yeah,
do you guys like look down on Mississippi like, oh, what trash those people are?
we honestly do.
Yeah,
No,
like your
yeah,
harbor.
we actually do. We actually do. Like, if someone pulls up with me, like with a Mississippi ID, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, is this okay? You know,
Yeah,
like, um,
almost like there's a border crisis, but it's Mississippi and Louisiana.
no, it's like literally a foreigner. You're like, is this fucking guy like? I don't know. We need to double check him. You
Yeah,
know.
can he read?
Yeah, probably. No, we're not banking on that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
How many T-shirts do you think you own?
easily 100.
How many have sleeves?
70.
Of those
70.
hundred,
70.
okay, you got 30 have the sleeves cut off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's good to know.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Now look, I will say that's not like that I've that's like accrued over time. You know what I mean? Like that's some college jerseys and like that's some stuff in there that's, been lingering for some years.
you you thought that I might have thought that you just grabbed all your T-shirts one day and cut off 30 of them? No, I understand how cut off T-shirts work.
Okay. Okay. I just got to
I'm,
make sure that this is for the viewers, Nick. I'm not doing this for you. This is for the
hey,
viewers.
I apologize. You're doing a great job for the
Okay.
viewers. But
Dude,
thanks
you
for
got to
coming on.
send me a fucking hat too, dude.
I'll get you a hat. I'll
Okay.
get
All
you a
right.
hat for coming on the podcast. And
All right.
even though you were 47 minutes behind schedule,
Or 47 minutes late. Yeah.
identical. Um,
Yeah.
moving on from that, the last thing I want to go to is coaching. Are you still doing? And for those who don't know at home, and no one knows at home because no one knows this loser, is he coaches at the Manning Passing Academy every year. So Eli and Peyton put on a clinic for the best high school prospects. Is it any high school prospects the best? Talk about that in a second. They do
Okay.
that in Louisiana, and they have a lot of
Mhm.
college coaches, college players coach, and then other guys coach those camps. Are they still doing that? Are you still doing that?
Yeah. So the Manning Passing Academy, it is. I am still doing that. That is the number one thing. I got to do it every year. Like it is just such an event for me as a football guy that like I will never miss it unless I'm death like got to be really sick to where like I can't make it at all. Right. Um, I mean, dude, what the camp is, it's really not about the top high school prospects. It's really, it's a nationwide. We have people from Canada, we have people from all over, really the world come to this camp. It's about any year it could be from 1,200 to 1,400 kids.
Wow, is that many, huh?
Okay, it's that many, and dude, it's about 700 per camper.
Really?
Yeah, it's about $700 per camper. So, because they have dorms and everything that they all stay at on campus, and then they have about 40 or so top college quarterbacks come in every year. Pretty much every major SEC school, Penn State. Sean Clifford was there last. Like all the big names are always there. Bryce Young's been there. Mahomes has been there. Baker Mayfield. Spencer Rattler. I mean, dude, it's so crazy. Because not only do you get to see like the look behind the like, oh, look at his, mechanics, look how he throws, look at his release. Um, but you get to go out with these guys. Like,
So you're
dude,
hanging out with Peyton and Eli?
Peyton and Eli for a period of time at the social, everybody will hang out, we'll have some beers and everybody will chill. And then that's when like everybody kind of gets like some time with Peyton and Eli to themselves, like maybe a group of 5 or 6 guys standing around, and Peyton's telling stories about this Super Bowl, and Eli's telling stories about this playoff game, and that shit is just like that shit rocks me up. And beyond that, after those socials, all the college quarterbacks and the coaches, not Manning, not the Mannings, we all go out in downtown Thibodaux. And they got this bar downtown that everybody goes to. It's just a terrible dive bar. And basically they pay the tab. We go and we drink for free over there, right? And
That shit rock you up too?
I mean, dude, that it's highlights all over the place. It's nonstop. You know what I'm saying? From morning to night, you're just highlight after highlight after highlight. I mean, dude, Rattler. I got stories about Rattler going out all night with Drew Lock. Dude, these dudes go hard. Okay, like make no mistake about it. And then you got some guys like fucking Shea Patterson one year got his fucking girlfriend to drive to the bar from like Oxford. I was like, dude, what a fuck, dude, get fucked. Like that's for the boys. You can't do that. You can't do that.
That's
That
not nice.
no, that's wild.
If they ever need another passing game coordinator or coach, let me know. I'm in.
Well, they honestly do. If you can coach tight ends,
Oh my God.
really, you want to? Do you want to do it?
Phoenix
I'll put,
off hands, Cole.
dude,
Cole.
send me some kind of resume I can use
Oh my
with a
God.
headshot. I can probably get you in camp this year.
I'll get on a jugs machine and catch 8,000 balls in a row.
Dude, and the craziest part is the first year I did this camp, I was like 22, 23, and I was just like, shit, fuck yeah, like I get to go to this camp, like it's gonna be sick. Like I thought you did this for free. Like I didn't even think they paid you, and then they actually end up paying you at the end of the camp.
What do you make?
$300.
Okay. Did you I was thinking like $5,000.
No, they repay your flight pretty much. Like
Okay.
yeah.
And it's an hour away from you, so they repay your flight. You take a plane down there?
No, they shuttle you to the airport.
Understood.
Yeah, and
Um,
they pay for all your meals. Like you eat good. You eat all the best Louisiana foods there is, like char-grilled oysters, jambalaya. I mean, literally every single Louisiana dish you can think of, they have it.
is that your computer finally turning on after 2.5 hours?
Dude, finally, this thing has full on crashed and restarted.
All right, our last thing before our final segment is about 18 months ago, you were calling me, Plow, everybody, trying to get us into this credit card thing where you said you were going to be making $25,000 a month.
Yes,
And then
yes,
I kept
yes.
asking you month to month how much you're making. You're like, dude, next month I'm gonna make like 12,000. The next
Yeah.
month, you tried to get one of our friends to have Mayo Clinic, the biggest hospital in the world, use your credit card system, so you each
Yeah.
could make a lot of money. I'm curious. Have you made $1 from this?
Okay, so look, the credit card processing, right?
Have you made $1 from this?
No.
Okay, that was like 18 months ago, and he kept preaching every month. He pushed it back next month. I don't even
Okay,
want to hear
yeah.
any more about it.
I
You
can
guys,
open up. I can tell you about it.
no, you're a con artist.
It wasn't that. It was actually, so what it is, my company or the company that was transacts the transactions between the credit card and the bank. We verify that it's in the account, okay, and we get 1% of that.
And your current total revenue is
It's $0.
okay. Thank you very much. $0.
Okay,
I can't
okay.
believe Mayo didn't go for that. That's crazy.
We're
With
just a
all your
startup. We're just a startup.
yeah, let me tell you what you are. All right, so now we're gonna do a one of my favorite segments. It's called Titanic. You're a fan of the
Oh,
show, so you know what it is.
oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. No, you're not getting past me.
So rapid fire, and then just let me know when you're ready to go, and we'll kick it off.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. First one's a new trend on TikTok. It's if you were selling hot dogs, let me hear your hot dog call. If you were at a ball game and you're selling dogs, let me hear it.
Hot dogs. Get your hot dogs. Hot dogs. Get your hot dogs. Probably something like that. Yeah.
That's good. You'd sell zero. All right. Best movie of all time.
Blow. Johnny Depp.
Okay. Are you a guy who hunts for the best parking spot possible, or do you park far away real quick?
No, I try to get the best spot possible
Okay, at
every
all
time.
means necessary.
I'll back end, I'll forend. I don't give a shit. Like whatever we gotta do.
Perfect. How do you take your coffee?
So what I've been doing lately is coffee. Okay, a scoop of unflavored peptide proteins. Okay,
Okay.
I get them at Whole Foods, and then I do what's called coconut lion's mane with a little bit of cinnamon in there. The lion's mane is something I've been taking for like cognitive function.
I
You know what
need
I
more.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to no a lot more. No, a
Double your
lot.
dose. You had me until you started cognitive stuff, and I was like, that's the
There's always a reason behind everything, Nick. You know that.
for
I'm
sure.
calculated. I'm fucking calculated.
Yeah, you really are. You really get granular on stuff. Would you rather pee in a nice bathroom or outside?
Outside, outside all day,
Nothing like
dude.
it.
Dude, I just hands on our hips. We don't give a. It's just like you're
No
free.
aim.
No aim. No outside all day.
Oh, I know. It could be cold or
There's really
hot.
nothing better than that. I would prefer. I would wake up in the morning and I would walk out to my back porch and piss.
God bless America.
Yeah, that's right.
Favorite McDonald's breakfast menu item?
Oh, McGriddle. It's not even close. It's not
Sausage,
even
egg, and cheese?
close. Yeah, it's not even close.
Okay.
Not even close.
Let's say you start dating a girl, which seems like you never do, but always kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
At what date is it okay for her to pay?
Second,
Obviously, you're getting the first date.
second date.
Second date, you're okay with?
Yeah, if she's like, hey, do you mind if I pay? Fuck, no, no.
Fucking. I thought you were gonna say like date 6, date 5, and you just said second. Fuck it, no, go for it. It's
I mean, dude,
expensive.
like let's be honest, you know.
No, I'm with you. Hey, second's fine. I was thinking more
Yeah.
fourth, but I like your honesty, and that's what we're gonna get with you, and that's why you're one of my favorite people on the planet.
Look, that is one thing you will always get with me, Nick.
You're
Look,
genuine.
look, I'm
You're
genuine.
genuine. Best gas
Hey,
station.
Dick would be proud if he's watching this.
He'll see the show. He got his dick's pic
Right.
coming on after this. Best gas station snack.
Sour punch straws.
Ooh,
Yeah.
straws, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sour punch straws.
If Cole and a 150-pound mountain lion are in a cage match, only one person walks out to the death.
150 pounds?
Mountain lion from Montana.
Oh, dude, there's a good chance I'm dead.
Oh.
There's a good chance that I'm gonna give me a 60% chance of living.
Then that means
Uh,
you're going to walk out. And then the cat's got a 40% chance.
Cat's got a 40% chance.
Okay. People are going to realize when I call you not bright what I'm talking about here.
I mean, what would you say? 150? I mean,
No, I'm saying your percentages are fine. But if I
yeah.
say, oh, that cat's going to kill me, I got a 60% chance of winning, that means I have the upper hand.
I think I have a slight upper hand, but it's not much. Like I could lose that quick.
Yeah, I think you walk out of there, but you probably lost an arm or a lot of blood.
Probably pretty. Yeah, like next shot. Yeah.
Yeah, you would tell the
I'll,
cat, like, don't
I'll flip
scrape
a
me
switch.
from here up. I'm going on CBS.
And that will be a hell of a story on Big Brother.
I really would.
That'll be a hell of a story.
All
Wait
right.
till they found out I came on here. I mean, this is like promo. Like this is
This is
like
going to be nice.
you know, yeah.
Yeah. All the girls are probably watching on Big Sister, and they just can't
Mm-hmm.
wait to your two shows meet. Are there girls on Big Brother?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh, don't let Cole loose in the hen house.
Dude, what about Love Island? Would you do something like that?
No.
Okay. All right.
It sounds like you would, though. I'm not built for that. You are.
I just feel like it could be funny. You know?
Yeah, but you would get in there, and she would just be like, "Oh my gosh, like this," and my friend's back home, and you just be like, "Yeah, fuck yeah," and all you're trying to do is just sleep with her.
Yeah. No. Uh-huh.
All right, how many pillows you sleeping with?
I go one right here.
Oh, you put one in your head? That's what most people do. There's one right behind your head. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, everybody, get in here. This guy uses one pillow behind his head.
Oh
Um,
God, dude.
how old were you for your first makeout?
Dude, my first makeout, I was in 7th grade. So that
Same,
was,
same. I was on a trampoline.
dude, I was in the back of her mom's car.
Her mom was driving.
Yeah.
Stealthy.
Yeah. I mean,
Who was she?
can we say names on this?
Yeah,
You'll bleep it out in
sure,
the yeah.
sure.
Kate Brown. Yeah.
I won't. I'm not believing it out.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
a couple
Right.
more. When you wipe, are you a stander or are you a leaner after you go number two?
I want to say I'm more consistently a leaner.
Yeah, you just kind of get like lean to one side.
Yeah, more consistently. I would say there is an occasional time that I stand up, but not more consistently a leaner. Yeah.
Understood.
Hmm.
Um, if you there was a movie about your life and no one would go and see it, who would play you?
Ooh. Off the top of my head, I would say Ryan Gosling.
Nice.
I probably could find somebody better if you gave me a little bit of time on that. Off the top of my head, Ryan Gosling.
Okay, well you can come
Or
back.
or Ryan Reynolds. I feel like our humor's a little bit of the same. I feel like yeah, one of those two.
Yeah, you guys are spot on.
And I mean,
Um,
they're not quite on the scale with the attraction level, but the humor is there for them, so it could work.
are you still addicted to porn?
Hmm. I never was. No, I never was. But yes, I am.
And hey, that's all the time we have today. Cole, again, you're the
Dude,
best.
we're just getting going. What's
I
up with
know we're
Plow?
48 minutes in. No one's gonna
Where
want
the
to
fuck
listen
is
to all this.
Plow? Dude, Plow, if you're watching this, give me the fucking Mayo Clinic account, brother. That's
Are
all
you-
I can ask from you.
It sounds like business is good. I had a couple people that'll probably want to get in with you.
Dude, it's the first big account, Phil. Come on. Like, we need this.
And anybody else listening, if your business needs a credit card, how would you pitch it real quick before we sign off?
Real quick, basically, we pitch it to where we put the fee to the customer. You know, we take the fee off of the client, which is the vendor, and we put the fee to the customer, and then we take 1% from that. That's the ultimate pitch.
Wow.
Hmm.
I can't believe sales aren't higher.
No, but real shit. If anybody does need building advice, I'm a building consultant too.
I'm gonna cry over here. Okay, so if
Dude,
anybody
Nick,
needs
you
building
were you
advice,
were
he
calling
will.
me like, hey, what should I do for this? Like, come on, brother, dude. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I will put Cole's name and number and email. He still goes by Coach Cole LeBlanc, even though he does a passing academy for 3 days a year. Coaches nothing else. That's his email.
I coach my
Um,
son's basketball team.
and I'm sure they're
Hmm.
terrible. So
At
I'll,
3-3.
I'll put your info in there. But Cole, as always, dude, absolute best.
Love you, brother.
All right, talk soon.
Later.
For the Joey Logano rebound, this bet is sound. Take Duke, give the points over NC State. Good luck.